Whether you're a fan of Microsoft or not, you're definitely aware of the significance of the brand and its impacts on technology and software development. Although it was established not too long ago, the influence and revolutions Microsoft has brought into not just the industry, but to the world as well, are truly applaudable. Bill Gates and Microsoft are both names we know, but the story of how this company became what it is today is definitely something you would want to know. As a person living in this century, knowing about Microsoft and its multiple huge tech movements is kind of a must. So without further ado, let's break down the history of Microsoft, its founders, and its most major moments since the beginning of its operations. A multinational computer technology corporation, Microsoft was founded by Bill Gates and Paul Allen in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1975. William Henry Gates II was born in 1955 in Seattle, Washington. He is of English, German, and Irish descent. Both of his parents were successful individuals, his father being a lawyer and his mother having an important role as a member of board of directors in First Interstate Bank System and United Way of America. Gates' parents had high hopes for him, pushing him to pursue a career in law from an early age. Gates was the second child of 4 and lived with his family in Seattle. As a child, he was smaller than others his age and was bullied by classmates and other kids. In his family, competition always played a prominent role. There was always a prize for winning and a penalty for losing no matter what the children did, something that contributes to his current success. Bill Gates wrote his first software program when he was only 13, after enrolling in prep school. His interest in the area grew when the school purchased computers for students with the help of the Mothers Club. Gates was so occupied with learning about and creating programs that he spent hours on the school computer, even being excused from math classes to dedicate more time to his interests. He wrote his first program on one of those systems, creating a tic-tac-toe-like game in which users could play against the computer. After school was over, Gates sought to work on more codes and software programs in the Computer Center Corporation. However, the institute banned Gates and his fellow programming enthusiasts once it sounded out they were hacking the systems to get more free time on the computers. The 4 friends, Gates, Rick Wellard, Kent Evans, and Paul Allen, who was his future co-founder in Microsoft, started the Lakeside Programmers Club. They made a deal with CCC, which had banned them to find bugs on the corporation's systems in exchange for computer time so they could work on source codes and software execution. The year after that, Evans and Gates were recruited by a Lakeside teacher to automate his class scheduling method. The two worked hard to have the program ready by senior year. However, before they had the chance to complete it, Evans was killed while he was mountain climbing. The grieving Bill Gates now had to look for someone else to help him fulfill their obligations to Lakeside, so he turned to Allen. Together, they finished the program on time. When he was 17, Gates founded a business with Allen, Trafo Data, their newly found venture centered around making traffic counters. After graduating Lakeside as a merit scholar and scoring 1590 from 1600 on his SATs, Gates was accepted into Harvard University in fall of 1973. He majored in law but took maths and computer science courses. While at Harvard, Gates met a friend, Steve Ballmer, who would later replace him as Microsoft's CEO. Unlike Ballmer, who finished his degree at the university, Gates dropped out after 2 years with the support of his parents, who had seen him designing a few very successful programs during his studies in collaboration with Harvard professors. After joining Allen at Honeywell International Incorporation, a multinational conglomerate, in 1974, the two friends covered and created some notable things, of which the best was MIT's Altair 8800, a mini-computer based on Intel 8080 CPU. The computer terms may be off-throwing or confusing, but let's just say this was a pretty big deal in the world of technology back then. In 1975, the collaborators started their own company. They started to work on BASIC, a computer programming language to be used on a personal computer. A demonstration of their idea was shown to MIT's micro-instrumentation and telemetry systems. And it was a huge success, leading to the distribution of their work by the electronics company Altair Basic. MITS hired Allen, and Gates joined and worked alongside him in November 1975. The boyhood friends named their collaboration Microsoft, which was a combination of microcomputers and software, and employed their first company member, a fellow friend from school, Rick Wellard. Operations began officially after that. In 1980, International Business Machines Corporation, or IBM for short, ordered an operating system for its personal computer, the IBM PC. Microsoft offered the MS-DOS, a software it had bought from another firm and edited, and in 1981, the IBM PC was paired with MS-DOS and sold in the market. Having a user-friendly interface and a simple workabout, MS-DOS was the operating system of choice for many computer manufacturers after that. In 1995, Windows 95 was released, coming eye to eye with Apple's Mac OS as far as usage ease. Microsoft also surpassed many word processing program creators like Lotus and WordPerfect. In 1993, the company sought to enter the Internet world, creating Internet Explorer, a free and user-friendly web browser that was later integrated into the Windows operating system. Before watching the rest of the video, don't forget to like and share this video with your tech enthusiast friends. By the mid-1990s, Microsoft had become one of the biggest and most powerful American companies in history. Its profits, which reached around $2 billion in 1996, even continued during the Great Depression that began in 2007. By 2009, the company had over $14 billion in returns. Microsoft was quickly becoming a monopoly in the industry, but it still had its rivals. Ballmer replaced Bill Gates as CEO in 2000, and a year after that, Microsoft released the Xbox, which came second place in the video game consoles market. The company continued to improve its operating system, creating Windows XP, Vista, 7, 8, and finally 10, which includes a personal assistant named Cortana. In 2011, Microsoft released Office 365, which included a package of its famous Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneNote software programs. Besides Google Docs, no other company has been able to match the amazing programming and feasibility of these Office programs. Microsoft competed on several levels with Google, including in cloud computing. Many thought that once Bill Gates stepped down from Microsoft, its operations would slow down, giving competitors the opportunity to catch up with, and perhaps even surpass its success. However, their dreams were shattered as Microsoft grew with one CEO after another. The most notable of its achievements is the creation of Surface, a line of high-quality laptops and tablets designed by the corporation itself. It also acquired several huge businesses like Skype and LinkedIn. Microsoft has a remaining bold presence in the market that, if you ask us, will not go away for a very long time. It's impossible to miss its products. In fact, most of us use them every day, whether we are working, studying, or just communicating with each other. Considering it's such a huge company, we're glad you stuck around to learn about it. If you enjoyed this video, check out our video playlist for more business stories.